In Bristol, Virginia, city leaders are one vote away from banning camping on public streets and sidewalks. Business owners call it necessary to deal with a growing problem, but John Jenko learned tonight some worry this will do more harm than good. John?
Josh, Beth Reinhardt, the president of the Bristol Chamber of Commerce, says a group of business leaders will be at tomorrow night's meeting. They tell her this is a matter of keeping downtown Bristol a safe place to enjoy, and the city needs to do something about it. But she says addressing homelessness will take much more than passing just an ordinance.
Business owners are calling. They're calling and saying we need some relief.
Bristol, Virginia, set to look at its public camping ordinance on second and final reading tomorrow. Area businesses tell the Chamber of Commerce the homeless presence is growing and it's starting to cause problems.
Sleeping in their doorways or using the streets and the doorways and alleyways as public restrooms. Folks who have been aggressive with visitors here.
South of State Street in Tennessee, it's a felony to camp on public property. At Haven of Rest, a homeless shelter and food kitchen in Bristol, Tennessee, they see people moving into Virginia to avoid penalty.
We've heard numerous people at the evening meal say, I'm going to get this meal and then I'm going to go over to Virginia. So I don't have to worry about being, thrown in jail and have a felony on my record.
Haven of Rest serves people like Matthew Carroll on the streets for a year before taking residence.
Sometimes, you have to sleep sometimes out on the street, sometimes you sleep down on the sidewalk.
Carroll says the law would improve public safety, but homeless people might not know about it. He says officers should help inform people of the law and point them to resources.
Some of them don't have cell phones or radios, they hear by word of mouth. And if officers would come up and tell them, well, look, I apologize, you can't stay here, but this is what I can recommend.
Reinhardt says local stakeholders, nonprofits, churches, city governments, and business owners are developing a long-term strategy on homelessness.
Address those who are already in need, but also make sure that we have strategies and programs and the right resources in place to keep people from ever becoming homeless.
But until that happens, Plank says the ordinance could have consequences.
You're going to see a lot of them trying to find places on private property that they can go and just try to hide out. It's going to be a situation that you're going to probably be running your police force ragged.
Plank says charging a homeless person under this ordinance won't help them get off the streets. He also has concerns about people not being able to pay fines incurred by that misdemeanor charge.